Hello everyone, Science Viking here with the second part of the Smiths of Muirthemne. Well, we got the first two thingies, now we need to get the second two thingies, which will proceed much like the first one. The next one we're going to get is actually the one that's farthest away from us, so we've got a bit of a hike. However, there are not enemies in this part of the level except for the very small number that we've already killed, so just a quick fast forward as everybody runs over here. 16x, it still takes a decent amount of time for everyone to get here. Alright, down to normal speed. Take 2 berserks to take out the initial group of patrolling spiders. On very low difficulties, you don't really have to use any tactics at all. You can just have your berserks as one big glob run through and kill all the enemies. So, see comments from the previous video about the various design mistakes that went into making this level. It's funny because though this level could very easily have been a favorite for this game, instead this is probably my least favorite level in this game. You really have to, it really is kind of a slog that I just have to get through. The next level is actually quite a bit more interesting. I'm going to get the archers into position. Okay.
Over here.
Right.
Let's go. Ready.
Tempted to increase the speed again since we shouldn't actually be provoking the spiders yet, so in fact, let's do that. Okay.
Let's go.
Get in here. Get the 3 dwarves over here. Only increasing it a little bit. It might be an interesting challenge to play the whole game at like double speed.
Sir?
That everything happens faster, so your reaction times just have to be faster. Alright. Back down to normal speed. Still not actually coming after us yet. There are slightly more spiders in this area than there were in the previous two. You know, you could probably pick them all off one by one just by doing this. Concentrate on just the queen. Okay. And before we've even finished killing the spiders, I'm going to give the order to go grab the artifact. And yes, this artifact is completely different. It is a short distance away from all the eggs rather than right on top of them. Yeah. This is the very unusual level because there are slightly more spiders and the artifact is slightly farther away from the eggs. Anyway, let's get moving. Now we need to head back over and meet up with the other group of berserks. And this is gonna sound stupid, but this is something you actually need to remember. It is important to remember not to try to go through here until after you have moved these 4 berserks to another pillar. Because it is actually easy to forget that you have these berserks here. It is easy to forget that because the berserks were using this pillar as the distraction pillar, this pillar is still live and can kill you. It might seem like a stupid thing that you couldn't possibly ever forget, but it is actually something that is fairly easy to forget. So be careful about that. Formation 2. And now these berserks need to get over to now hold down this pillar. And once again, we can't attempt to get through here until the other pillar is being held down to keep the lightning from killing us. But otherwise, we're largely there. Right. There's one. Or game speed normal, I mean.
I'm moving. Let's go.
And, alright, that pillar's live, which means this pillar no longer is, and we can go for it.
Yes?
Okay. Once again, separate into melee, archers, and dwarves.
Ready?
And I do consider the journeyman to be part of melee, even though he rarely kills things.
Let's go.
Alright.
Yeah. I've got him. Yes?
Okay.
Get back up. He's mine. Kill.
And this one, the geography actually is somewhat different, and it will affect the fight a little bit. Because we have a narrow path and a wide path that we can pass through to get to where the queen is. We want to go through the wide path. The narrow path will just make things harder on us. So, I'm going to move our forces into the wider path and just kind of, while these two berserks are hunting down various stragglers, I'm going to get everybody into position. Alright.
Let's go. Over here.
And these berserks are just hanging out and I guess drinking mead and singing songs or something.
Let's go. Ready?
Oh.
Ready?
Okay. You guys go there.
I'm
You
moving.
guys go through here.
I'm moving. He's mine.
Okay, these berserks appear to have attracted the ire of the majority of the spider
Yes.
population, so... Shit! Shit. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Hey.
Curses! Well, that's one archer that we're just gonna have to live without for the rest of the game. Sorry, guy.
Hey, sir. Step aside. Sir? Sir?
And it was the experienced one, too. That is unfortunate. These berserks managed to accumulate quite a few kills for themselves over the course of that event. In my defense, in that situation, oops. Because that's really all I have to say for myself. Okay, and now we have more guys teleporting in, followed by Myrmidons. Let's see if we can save them. Oh, so the berserk that teleported in we lost because he teleported in because, well, there wasn't anybody to help him, but we saved the archer. So we've replaced a very experienced archer with a completely inexperienced archer who won't get any kills this level either because we're out of enemies.
Ready?
In my defense, oops. That's really all I have to say for myself. But, with that, we have killed all the enemies, we have collected all the artifacts, it's time to get back to the portal and get out of here. I don't even need to worry about healing anybody. So, let's just get everybody headed in the right direction. The dwarf grabbing the artifact will... Okay, the dwarf... Nah, now he has the artifact. And once everybody's past the pillar, I can remove the berserks that are keeping it held down. But just head everybody in the direction of the gate. I can't tell everyone to go straight to the gate because their pathfinding could get confused. But there's no real reason why the game speed being turned up too high could possibly be a problem, so I can just keep turning it up. And we can actually get there quickly. I almost wonder if this is what that ability is for. I mean, I can't really think of much other use. Why are you here for it? Alright? Did you really miss Heart of Stone and want to go back to it? I mean, I agree it was a more interesting level than this one was, but come on, man. Anyway, let's go back down to normal speed. Okay. You have one of the artifacts and you have the other. So you two need to deliver them. Right. And as usual, the pathfinding in this game is somewhat less than impressive. Alright, he tosses his in. And I believe that one did connect. I believe that one did work properly. And you toss this one in. And that should be it. Now we just walk through the gate and we'll be teleported out of the Tain. Except it seems not. Yep, at least one of the artifacts did not land properly. So, just try tossing them again. And that's it. Now the dwarf who tossed the artifact has already been teleported out, and the rest of us can also get teleported out. Though, yeah, they pretty much start celebrating immediately. So, yep, we finished that level. Unfortunately, we lost somebody kind of important. Well, kill ratio of 49 to 1. That's not too bad. 99 kills. Did lose an archer, though. And a couple of berserks have actually managed to become heroes with the number of kills that they've gotten. I mean, the berserks did the vast majority of the work in this level, so they really did earn that. Anyway, that is, for the most part, the end for this video. However, I do have a bit of bonus footage that I'm going to record, which is I'm going to show what happens if you do not disable the pillars. So, as usual, I love you all, and I will actually see you just in a moment after I have with the bonus footage. So, see you then. Okay. Now I am going to demonstrate what happens if you decide to get too close to one of the pillars. So, I know that there's a thingy that I need to find, and I'm sure that the thingy is over here somewhere, and so I'm going to start by sending my berserks in to attack the pillars. Ooh, the pillar's glowing yellow. I wonder what happens next. Oh, and now it's glowing white, and now a lot of my guys are dead all of a sudden. That is what happens if you get too close to the pillars. So let this be a lesson to you. Don't get too close to the pillars. Anyway, we are actually fully done for this week, so I will see you again next time, and in the meantime, as usual, I love you all.